Thank you so much, Director of Ceremony. Honorable former Minister of Finance, Dr. Maid, the Chairman of the Financial Regulatory Authority, FRA, Dr. Mohammed Farid Salah, the Chairman of the Insurance Federation of Egypt and Local Organizing Committee, Mr. Ala Al-Sohairi, the Vice President of AIO, Mr. Jared Mola, the Secretary General of AIO, John Battis, members of Diplomatic Corps, executive members of the Executive Committee members of AIO, invited guests, dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, the media. It is with great immense pleasure that on behalf of the African Insurance Organization, I welcome you all to this 28th African Reinsurance Forum. Permit me to pay special homage to the authorities of the Arab Republic of Egypt for the immense support in organizing this forum, held under the high patronage of the Ministry of Investment and Foreign Trade and Financial Regulatory Authority of Egypt. We are particularly impressed by the exceptional mobilization of the industry actors, thanks to the Insurance Federation of Egypt and the strong collaboration between the market and the authorities. Such partnerships between the local industry and the support of government contribute to a robust market and a thriving economy. The collaboration has made the 28th African Reinsurance Forum the most highly attended in its history. It is over 600 delegates participating in this very important conference. Honorable Minister, former Minister of Finance, kindly convey our profound gratitude to His Excellency, the President and the people of Arab Republic of Egypt for their legendary hospitality and for creating an enabling environment for insurance professionals to reflect on this year's theme, namely harmonization, uniting the African insurance and reinsurance markets for a sustainable future. Honorable guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, before the independence of most African countries, our markets were dominated by foreign reinsurers. After independence, many governments quickly recognized the critical role of the insurance sector in mobilizing capital for economic development. Some established reinsurance and insurance companies to retain funds and curb the outflow of capital. To address these challenges, the African Insurance Organization launched the African Reinsurance Forum in 1995 in Lomé, Togo. The forum was established as a platform for industry leaders to address reinsurance industry challenges, exchange ideas, and develop solutions. It promotes bilateral exchanges, business renewals, networking opportunities, and collaboration across the continent. This year, we are tackling the vital issues of harmonization with our theme, Harmonization, Uniting the African Reinsurance Market for a Sustainable Future. This is a clarion call for increased collaboration among African reinsurance actors. Trade integration through the African Continental Free Trade Area aims to enhance intra-African trade by removing financial and non-financial barriers, fostering cooperation, and developing continental value chains. The AFCTFA creates a market of 1.4 billion people with a combined GDP of 3.4 trillion. This represents a tremendous opportunity for the insurance sector, allowing smaller markets to grow and larger markets to diversify through cross-border cooperation. However, to fully realize the potential of this trade bloc, we must harmonize our reinsurance markets. Currently, only a small percentage of African reinsurance premiums are retained within the continent, with most ceded to international reinsurers. For instance, according to Africa Reinsurance Corporation, also known as Africa Re, around 70 to 80% of reinsurance premiums from Africa flow to global reinsurers. This trend undermines local capacity building and leaves the continent vulnerable to external market fluctuations. A critical solution is regional reinsurance pooling, where African reinsurers collaborate to retain more premiums on the continent. Reinsurance is key to establishing the African insurance industry by managing high-risk exposures and providing essential underwriting capacity. However, the reinsurance sector in Africa still faces challenges in maximizing local risk retention. To address this, we need to adopt innovative strategies that support capacity, increase risk retention, and improve underwriting across the continent. One such example of regional cooperation is the Africa Risk Capacity. Over the last 5 years, ARC has emerged as a key player in increasing local risk retention through its parametric insurance model. ARC pools risk across African countries, particularly for climate-related disasters such as droughts, floods, and cyclones. This approach has enabled governments to collectively manage this risk, thereby reducing reliance on international reinsurers. The pooling of this risk has helped countries to retain more premiums locally and improve disaster preparedness, resilience, and economic stability. One of the reasons for the low retention in African reinsurance markets is the lack of reliable data on emerging risks, such as climate change, political instability, and pandemics. Technology can greatly enhance the ability of reinsurers to underwrite more accurately and efficiently. In fact, studies indicate that technology-enabled risk assessment tools could reduce underwriting losses up to 30% by improving the accuracy and risk profiling. So African markets are increasingly exposed to catastrophic risk, including extreme weather events, which pose significant challenges to the insurance sector. According to the African Union, Africa experiences over 100 climate-related disasters per year, affecting 35 million people and costing the continent an estimate of up to 15 billion annually. Now, where do we leave the regulator in this? Supervisory authorities are central to establishing a regulatory environment that supports the growth of inclusive insurance markets. Proportionate regulation can help reduce entry barriers for insurers targeting underserved markets. For instance, encouraging microinsurance regulations and encouraging sandbox approaches to allow innovative products to be tested in the real world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the future of our insurance industry lies not just in harmonizing our markets, but also in embracing sustainability and diversity as central pillars of our growth. Sustainability is no longer an option, it is imperative. The reinsurance and insurance sector must adopt sustainable principles to remain relevant in the face of climate change, environmental risks, and socio-economic challenges. As we strive for harmonization, let us also commit to incorporating ESG into our operations. Equally crucial is our future success is the empowerment of youth, women, and the promotion of women in leadership positions within our industry. Empowering women is not just a social responsibility, it is a key driver of innovation and competitiveness. I am personally committed to advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion within our sector. Women, youth, and the underrepresented voices must be integrated to the insurance industry leadership and decision-making process. Now, as we discuss harmonization, we must acknowledge the role of the AFCTA in promoting cross-border trade and integration across Africa. We are pleased to have the AFCTFA as a partner in this 28th Reinsurance Forum, and we look forward to their contributions during the session later today. I also wish to extend my gratitude to all our speakers for sharing their knowledge and expertise, and to our sponsors for their generous support, which has ensured the success of this forum. Our sponsors includes MSR Insurance Egypt, the Insurance Federation of Egypt, Africa Re, FBS Re, YCA Re, Allianz, NEM Insurance PLC, TAN-RE, Tunis-RE, Avani-RE, GN-RE, CNC-RE, Continental-RE, Ghana-RE, Namib-RE, AM Best, EuroAssist, and our official carrier, Egypt Air. Dear delegates, I wish you a fruitful deliberations and an enjoyable stay in Egypt, the cradle of civilization. Thank you so much for your attention.